artificial intelligence, right? We've all encountered this in different platforms, different engagements, and today I want to know how you can optimize that to leverage your audience and to enhance your efficiency. So I'm going to throw this first question to you. How can the metaverse or even artificial intelligence be leveraged to optimize business processes? How can we make things easier by applying the technology?
So I think you used the word metaverse. So let me handle that. How we use to optimize business processes. The way I see it is metaverse is a great communication tool. So I remember a few years ago, National Geographic, during the pandemic, they have yearly TV conferences where they invite their producers from all over the world into spaces. So maybe this year will be in South Africa, and they have to physically fly everybody into South America, all the producers, and they come and pitch what they're going to create, what documentary they're creating. So during the pandemic, it was possible, of course. So what they did, they built a metaverse application, and they sent everybody virtual reality headsets. So they rented 5 headsets, and I supplied them to these producers. Sorry. So what we did is instead of using Zoom, and sometimes giving a pitch in Zoom can be a bit restrictive. You know, when you're on web, sometimes you feel like you can't communicate effectively. Because of course, when you get a picture, you use your hands, it's a lot of body language. It's not only four-sided square. So we were using the metaverse in order to and in this spatial world where you can walk around and you can still have a PowerPoint presentation there in front of you. So with the controllers of the headset, you can use your hands and body language, but still effectively communicate your ideas. And, so I think there are maybe 400 people who attended this, producers from around the world, and everybody had a headset and they were able to get across their pitches, and they were using their avatars, which is the virtual characters, in order to give that presentation. I found that a very effective way of using the metaverse. I think a lot of conferences, even today, I think it would be very effective, maybe for Metaverse next year, to be able to, instead of just using a Zoom conference or Discord, we can actually just sign into the Metaverse. Maybe the presenters will have virtual reality headsets and bring something a little bit more ready. And AI can really help with that. So maybe, for example, if those presenters, they can speak in their mother tongue, they can speak in Japanese, and then AI will translate that into either text or into a new form of audio that replaces that Japanese in English for all the people in the audience. So if that was Zoom, that would not be possible because with Zoom, to translate live, of course, the if you're using an avatar and virtual reality headset, you should be able to, I think the technology is there to be able to do live translation when giving a presentation, which is, of course, funding for your projects.
Do you have anything else to add? So the question is, how can AI or the metaverse be leveraged to optimize business processes and enhance efficiency? And yeah, that was the question. I was going to talk about how all of us received an email today, and if you are on a panel, you probably received a notification from Google Calendar, right? That was efficient. If someone, if you were to delegate that to someone in who knows, maybe it wouldn't happen. Maybe the person wouldn't have been here. Maybe I would have forgotten to tell you. But those are some of the ways that we really see nowadays. I don't think it has to be something extremely sophisticated, but something as easy as telling your phone to mark a date to do something. You know, and it does exactly that. So that's what I call efficiency. I'm going to pass it to Matthew.
Hey guys, so yeah, just myself. I'm working. I'm a Metaverse architect. Yeah, I'm the quality at club, and I'm also part of the Unity club, joining community, the XR, Metaverse, NFTs, and Web3. That's what I do. Like, so about AI Metaverse, just to add on what you used to say, where I see the Metaverse and AI, I see the Metaverse as a way to extend the scope of our consciousness and how we think. So if you think of having a dream, the way I got into 3D, first of all, I wanted to, there's a time when I used to remember my dreams. So when I woke up, to remember my dreams. So I'm thinking, what if I dreamed these games, these dreams into 3D videos? So that's how I got into 3D. Then, so now the metaverse allows us to bring our 3D imagination of the dreams to life. So like whatever you imagine, you can bring it to life because you just need to create a virtual environment. So I see the metaverse allowing us to do things that we were not able to do before. Think of the internet, for example. There's things that we would not have been doing before. Like, for example, if I go to reach one of you through social media, it wasn't possible to reach. If you want to reach a million people right now today, just simply for us and splash them on IG, reach a million people. Like before they were, you were not able to do that. The same thing with VR and Metaverse. There's new things that we are able to do, like what you also saying. Having interactive virtual meetings, people can express themselves, they're doing a presentation, do a better presentation than Zoom. So there's a lot of possibilities in terms of replicating our physical capabilities in a virtual world, virtual screen. You don't really need the VR headsets. When you do the VR headsets, you go to the next level where you can do like much more like there is VR headsets, hand tracking, body tracking, so you can do dance. So imagine going to a virtual party or a virtual concert. Creators and artists can create new forms of entertainment that are not there before. During COVID, do most of the virtual parties, YouTube live. Right now in the metaverse, you can have a virtual concert and have people come as avatars, they can express themselves in virtual fashion, they can even interact with other people, you can whisper to your avatar, there's a way to whisper to your neighbor and talk to everyone else. That's not possible on YouTube. So when it comes to the metaverse, I think it's unlocking most of the imaginations that you have. And when you add AI on top, like you also say, you are able to automate. I think the metaverse and AI merge very good there because avatars are like our digital twins in a virtual world. So like the way we live in the internet era, we are able to live like literally in the image, not just see it on a screen. Because you being an avatar in the metaverse is like having a digital twin of you in the digital world. So you can be able to automate. One of the main uses of AI in the metaverse would be automating content. So for example, if let's say a yellow card wants to have a customer care in the metaverse, they can feed it with right now we have customized, for example, you can feed it custom data. We have ChatGPT for enterprise, for example, which can be fed with company data. And it can, so the simplest way is creating a custom chatbot that can answer any question about the company without having to have a human. Now in the metaverse, you can have an avatar that is in a virtual office. It can answer all these questions. You can customize the voice. So you can have a live customer in the metaverse. There is games like in the metaverse that don't have human. So like there is no customer care. You laptop, PC, and AI and PCs. So the main phase of AI and PCs, which can translate, can talk to PC language like English, and let's say if the person on the other side wants to hear German, like the various say, you can have this conversation, have all the speakers in different talking different languages, but the people on the other side are hearing the same language because we have AI to convert audio to chat and then convert the language and convert back to voice. There's already tech to do that. So the main thing is around anything that automated business wise, like notifications or content around your business, customer care, and the content industry, like in the creative industry. That's AI and the metaverse have a lot of input.
Thank you so much. Yes, so as you can see, and you can tell there's many ways that your business can apply onto the metaverse, and it doesn't mean you have to be on the developing end. These virtual parties have marketers, these spaces have people who are catering, who are there to cater to and attend to the people who visit the spaces. So if you expand your thinking beyond just the technology, there's a lot of ways you can apply, right? So yeah, my next question is we've spoken about the efficiency and the seamlessness of how AI and metaverse is helping scale different businesses, but by measure, use cases, which are some of these technologies that the people here can apply today and people can go home and check on it and apply it. So you can mention a couple of the metaverse technologies that people can explore, or even day-to-day AI that we already explore, just for us to familiarize ourselves with what these algorithms or technologies look like.
Might be the moment to pass. Let me try insights because I'm a metaverse architect. Use different platforms. So there are different ways of doing this. So let me come from an aspect of regular sales. He can come from an aspect of the entities and using sales. All right. So I say business, right? I design tools, right? So let's say right, someone goes on my website and they enter my store on acrobatics.com, right? No, there's no way I would know when someone entered my store on a regular website. But if I had a metaverse website where my customer enters their website and then they have a character when they enter the room, currently I've been able to do that. I've been able to build a 3D website where customers enter the website and they enter the metaverse. And it's very technical to control. You just need a phone or use a PC. You enter the room, and currently, if it alerts me whenever someone enters the room, it's like, oh, someone's entered the room, they're interested in buying clothes. So I'll get an alert on my phone. And then I can join them in the room. I can actually speak to the client and tell them, are you hi, what's your name? My name is Paul. And so I follow you. So then they show you around the women's section. And then it's actually like a virtual discovery of fashion. So through different technologies, we need to either create this virtual fashion or we use a process called photogrammetry where you can do a scan. Just with any mobile phone, you can make a scan of an entire outfit of a person. I can create a virtual scan of Paul sitting. So I can show them around the clothes I have done scans. But even just a simple gallery of different clothes that I created. So you can all visit this apropos.com/mixcloud. So the idea is it's a virtual exhibit of the clothing. Because I think we're in an age where the print media is dying. Print media catalogs, no one produces catalogs for clothing. Go towards virtual catalogs. So that's one way I would say incorporate metaverse into business by having a virtual customer experience. Besides that, we implement AI to optimize our business. And maybe spot trades that can optimize our business, right? So let me also talk about maybe my sister's business. Right? They have absolutely nothing to do with metaverse. Their business is tied into your food impression, but they can use AI as simple as ChatGPT to spot trends to enhance their business. Right? So you can upload a PDF document or upload an Excel document onto ChatGPT. That thing will read you through all the numbers of your business, read through reports. Maybe your accountant is a bit late, it won't give you a full report, but ChatGPT will give you a full report on your sales. Spot trends and say, you should, this week, the next week is Halloween, make sure that you bought Halloween costumes and have you made sure that you made Halloween burger, have you made sure that you stocked up for the party, you stocked up cheese to serve the customers that weekend. So AI can be used, and I would say it's worth a subscription to things like ChatGPT 4, just to get information. What it called plugins. So you really get the benefit. AI.
Songeshe kamera hii. Kamera na
Awesome. Awesome. Just to add, looking at some of the practical examples that can be deployed in your business. If I look at a client and say, suppose it's starting a Metaverse limited, right? So they launch a new product in the market, they want to see how it's doing, and they don't necessarily want to have sources on ground and then speak to the guys there. It's really cost consuming, right? So we have social media now. Everyone has a Twitter account, a Facebook, yeah, there's TikTok. So what AI can do, there's a particular algorithm called the natural language processing, where we go into social media, reminding everything that everyone has posted about here and the product. So we look at what are the major things that are coming out, what are the sentiments, and then based on that, they can make the decision, okay, in this region, maybe we can deploy this product, in this region, we can deploy this product. So those are some of the practical examples we are seeing in our work as consultants. Another example then would be in South Africa when we have the big mining companies, yeah, we need to explore an area. We don't know what are the prospects in that area. So using drone technology and AI and just analysis of the soil samples and the sediments from the air. So our clients have been able to tell this is probably a really great prospect and we can deploy some of our mining tools and exploration. And that is actually successful. So I mean, there's a lot of algorithms within AI. There's a customer segmentation that you also said in your passion business. If let's say we were just looking at this area, for example, yeah, what are the age groups that are here? What are some of the things that are there? This people preferring mountains, you know, and they preferring jumps. So just using segment analysis, which is also another algorithm that we use, can really tell you what you need to focus on in your business. And yeah, that's an example of how AI can be used in that context. Very local.
Okay. I think that makes sense. But like the most important thing I think in automation, especially in content generation. So that's if you want to create, if you work in content. So I think some of the tools are not very public, very much adopted, let's say in Africa, but there is literally an AI tool to do anything that you want today. Like if you're a video editor, there's an AI tool that can help you with editing, to automate, like you can feed it with your content style, and it will edit the content for you anytime. If you're a designer, you want to create illustrations, there is Midjourney, there is DALI, Stable Diffusion. Also, something that can be automated. So you can say, let's say I'm a real estate agent, or a real estate, I work with real estate. I can be able to get ideation from Mid Stable Diffusion, and these tools actually read your mind. Stable Diffusion will always give you results that are styled according to like your theme or your design for art form. So if you like abstract art, you'll always get that kind of artworks. Like it reads from you and it learns about the same thing that and all this, all this.
Sound
I think you can see that you can shout.
barely.
Anyway, I think there is an AI tool already, like Leo was saying about there is tools and reviewers, anything on you can scan, your environments,
Go back.
you can scan environment if you feel it, you can scan environment for filming and take it to a 3D type of virtual environment. They are called apps, and you can be able to convert a video into 3D and be able to create your animation without having to go to the place setting the whole 2D and all that. So that if you create any kind of video content, if you shoot films like videos like that, if you shoot music videos, you can be able to use AI so you don't have to do the hard stuff. So for example, if you come up with characters, you don't have to think about everything. You can feed your imagination into the journey.
To create characters. That's the same thing I do for Fidesio. He creates films. He gives me the ideas. I create the ideas with Midjourney. I bring them to visual. Then he sends them to the actors, and they are able to come up with ideas from that. Like everything is easy. Like even with um, even with videos. For example, if you're a TikToker, there is AI tools to come up with captions, to come up with branding. So when it comes to AI, I think it solves all the problems that involve content creation. So like anything that you need to do, you need to do
If you are such a level with AI, you get an answer. When it comes to the metaverse, I think the most important thing about the metaverse that I've learned because I've been trying to push the metaverse to the market. And the first thing you need is to look for a tool that is more accessible. Like me, it can be accessed from phone.
from the laptop and from VR. So don't be like, my metaverse can only be accessed on mobile. If you have VR, you can't access it. Or can only be accessed on VR. If you have a mobile, you can't access it. So look for something that
That's a lot. And that's literally an answer for all businesses. Businesses say, this is the using the metaverse and it runs a cafe. So that's the most. And right now we have the new headset like the Metaverse 3, which will bring its reality and all that. Reality is if you have used the VR, you notice that you enter into a tiny world. Like right now, the new headsets, you won't be able to go into a virtual world. You can have virtual objects in the physical world. So you are like let's say if you want to shoot a video, you don't have to create an entirely new virtual world. You can bring virtual aspects like avatars to the physical. So like you can have a conference, there will be a passive. In one of the avatars is not physically here. He's doing virtually. Other people with the headsets can see them. Can see all the ones, the physical ones, plus the virtual ones. So that's mixed reality. And think it's going to avoid all those kind of dreaming because you don't have to do everything from scratch. So in terms of tools for the metaverse, I think you need to think of tools that can be used on all devices in that space, virtual and things like Ready Player Me. So Ready Player Me is an avatar app. It helps you to create new avatar from scratch. If you are a brand, for example, you can come up with branding for avatars. So this app, Ready Player Me, has been just an open API, so it can be integrated into all things. So if you have a 3D running for your company, for example, you have a 3D environment, it can be used in, let's say, games. So you will play, you choose to play a t-shirt that has the meta cloud, for example. And that's obviously that's one way to market to a lot of people in the metaverse. So think about that and anything that should be discussed.
Right. Thank you so much. That question. And we've spoken about how AI is, how efficient it is. But the main question that still bugs a lot of people is that will AI replace me? And is AI better than me? What are the shortcomings? What are the pitfalls? And most importantly, what challenges should people look out for when they are either launching their business onto the metaverse or using AI technology, or scaling their business using AI or metaverse technology? So yeah, would AI replace me if I'm lazy?
Definitely, AI to replace all the lazy people around me. All the lazy people I used to hire. No, I've seen it into using AI to replace the graphic designers that used to hire to jobs. So, for example, there's one you have, this concept of this new business, write the logo, and use the pay the illustrator, and draw you, draw guy, say, oh, I use computers, so you have to take it on the guy.
Computer, right? Graphic designer. The graphic designer will spend his time on it, and then there's a whole process there. But now you just enter onto a prompt engine. So there's one called Ideogram. It's a really cool website, Ideogram. There's now even ChatGPT has one called Vision. So you just enter on ChatGPT Vision. The best thing about it, you can just write your entire business plan into ChatGPT, and then press one button, say Vision, and then it will just literally just turn your whole written vision into a logo form. And so, for example, my sister's cafe recently they're having a Nyamachoma section. So instead of rebranding, they just this thing even suggested the names, and then it did a logo for the nyama chop. It's now they call it the chop pit. Where you chop meat. So it's you trauma it. So it's a pit. So it's the chop pit. So it did the whole logo. It did the whole just using AI. So for me, that's cut the marketing team in half. It's cut.
The council we have because they've been spending this money. Now the user directs are more efficient. So I just see AI as a good tool to make things a bit more efficient. I'm coming from the creative aspect. Maybe
so I think we really explored much of this topic today, the AI replacement. And one speaker in the morning session put it very well. People are afraid of something that they don't understand. So if they don't really understand how AI works, and everyone says it's replacing us, there's a tendency to break away. It's a very innate human thing, yeah? It's in our nature. So without belaboring the point, what I would say is seek to understand what exactly AI can do for you. So for example, if you're the graphic designer who was unfortunately inspired by AMC. So what maybe they will do is, okay, I'm a graphic designer, that's here. How can I now leverage the AI to enhance what I can do and to see how I can bring value to some of my or to my job or even to other clients. So I think that's tackling the aspect of if AI will replace us. I think something else which I know we're going to explore this panel is now the ethical considerations of AI. So we have AI, it's wonderful things for us, but what are really the ethical implications of that? Yeah. If we've watched Netflix, or all of us have movies, I don't even know a series called Black Mirror. Yeah, Black Mirror. So what Black Mirror does, it explores now the dark side of technology. That technology has done all these great things for us, but what's really the darker side of it? And I think now, based on the fact that AI is really evolving and it's moving quite fast, there's even a lot of attention globally by Elon Musk and all the great guys in the technology space to say, hey guys, things are moving too fast, we need to slow down. Yeah. So in that aspect, as you're considering AI for your business, think about, will the AI, the algorithm that I'm going to make, am I going to have it, use it for its intended purpose? Yeah. I look at, I think it was last year or years back when there were major protests in Hong Kong, yeah, where they had erected these masks that can now read your face, and it undermines democracy, yeah, because we're out in the street, we're protesting, but now the government can do exactly, yeah, and that can cause retaliation. Yeah, that's an ethical consideration we need to make. In another area also, my sister is a genomic scientist, so she deals with a lot of DNA sequencing. And I know there was concern in the scientific community where there's experimentation now on human genes. So a scientist goes in and he's sequenced DNAs of twins, and then he decided, you see how animals have night vision, you can extract that gene from night vision and sees how he can now sequence impact in the human DNA. And he had actually succeeded. It was actually breeding the kid in the lab, but then that causes another ethical consideration. Yeah. Very scary stuff, but I just think it's up to us as humanity. When I think humanity sounds really vast, it's like a whole ethereal movie, to just sit and say, okay, this is new tech, this is tech that has come up, but how sure are we, or how can we put checks and balances in place that we're not reaching the ethical part of it, and we're still being human and harvesting the good things that AI has to offer.
Okay. The patient story just reminded me that I saw some kind of alternative, to create dead people. So you can feed photos of someone with dead, and then they come up with a virtual avatar that you can meet. The metaverse, some crazy stuff. But don't judge at all. So I think about AI, I don't think, I don't say this, but I don't think AI will replace anyone. You'll be replaced by someone who's using AI. At the current moment, AI has to use human input for it to give you like engineer ChatGPT, give me something. It can't work on its own. So like yours requires the design. ChatGPT will do that for you. You'll have to write the prompt it. You'll have to go to Midjourney, prompt it. So if yours is replacing the design, replaced by AI. So of course it will cut the jobs in half because one person will be able to do the job that was being done by 10 people. But the idea is there's always new things coming out. Like 3 years ago, I went up in a Metaverse architect. It's literally just kind of the blue sky edge fun. And then like if you told someone like 20 years ago that would have people in in a virtual, in a digital theater. Right now, almost 50% of the youth are earning in theater. That generation in like 20 years ago, that was not something that was there. So I'll say 5 years, we don't really know what opportunities will be there. So some jobs and then create new opportunities. So our task is to look for new opportunities that come from these new technologies, not start worrying about how you will replace or anything. Just need to adapt. Like if there's a new technology, people are using it. Why are you not using it? Like there's a free ChatGPT option, there is free AI, stable diffusion, and if you have to pay, it's usually like $10 a month, and you can use it to experiment. So the way I do it, I don't usually put up anything. If I see anything new, like this, I can do this and this, I literally go and try it the same day. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know about this. So the next time I have an opportunity or something that I need to know, I remember something. But most people just ignore it. Like you have learned about metaverse and yeah, what are you going to do about it? Don't just get about it. Go ahead and see how can we have used in your business, in your brand, whatever you do. And if you're using film tools, how you use AI content creator is in your business and all that, you will find that, for example, right now we have businesses that are entirely online. They are not possible 10 years ago. There is going to be new businesses that will come out just because of AI. There is people who create digital art using AI. There is a job market for AI artists. And these are people who are using AI. They did have a job that literally 1 year ago, you would say I'm an AI artist. Right now, you pay to prompt AI to come up with jobs. And that's something crazy about technology. Technology is anything that is new. There was a time like steam engine was a new technology, literally. There was a time like before we were using buses, cars were new technology. Right now we're thinking of electric cars, all that. There was a time like bags were new technology. So technology will always come and become a norm. So AI metaverse is something like that. And Web3, it's something that has come found us at the right time. And all you need to do is explore and think of. So the way I see it is everyone should be thinking of combining these technologies. How do you combine three and the metaverse? Because they all bring opportunities. How do you combine the opportunities that no one has thought of before? And that's how you stop like or you're going to be replaced by AI or chatbots. Imagine being replaced by chatbots. Can't be me. So only that.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, we're on to our last questions before we open up the stage to any learning issues, right? And in an age where we're moving into a technological era, everyone's looking for efficiency, everyone's looking for the next big thing, and talk about data, talk about security. When we join these platforms, we're putting our communities most importantly to join and invest in these platforms. What are some of the things that you will have to deal with, or what are some of the things that or considerations that you have to deal with? Because data is really important. Data is one of the most expensive things currently. So when we talk about how businesses can ensure data security and privacy when incorporating AI in the metaverse, what are we talking about? How can we tackle these things? Maybe a few ideas not as well.
Data security and privacy is a very pertinent issue. I think it started when the European Union implemented the GDPR laws. Now we have a data protection office and officer that was appointed by the Kenyan government. So in terms of emerging tech, AI and Metaverse. Yeah, I think the first thing should be transparency. Yeah, you're serving clients, you're serving your customers, so be transparent. Tell them this is exactly what I'm collecting from you. This is exactly how I intend to use it. Yeah. So that's the first aspect. We need to be really transparent about what we are doing and just having that transparency to tell your consumers that this is exactly what I'm doing with the data that I'm giving me. I think also it's up to us to look at the applications as well. Because no matter once you're transparent with the data, once you're compliant with the laws, I think it will all just marry into one space, as you said. And then the aspect of security. Some of the information that these algorithms are collecting are very private information. Yeah. Someone I know, especially when you don't like playing photos, yeah, you're just going to I have received what I have polluted you die, then maybe you're panicking. Yeah. But some of that information that you're putting in is private. Yeah. So how can then that we control that space? So I think it's a matter of really being very transparent. What you're telling consumers and ensuring that they're compliant with the rules that are in Thank you so much. Let's jump into the session.
So I think I can say now,
Right.
so for example, some art is OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT has one, which is animation sound. So yes, this idea we were supposed to create a decentralized identity that is not trapped on the blockchain. And he also has this idea that he has actually been saying he's going to he wants to decentralize ChatGPT that is OpenAI so that it's governed by everyone. So that's the best thing about these technologies. They have to be open source and managed by the community. And I think countries are best in that. It comes at this time when we have these new technologies. And that's also why I advocate for the open metaverse. Right now we have many metaverse platforms. And the most popular, which is decentralized, it's open source, everyone can view the code, everyone can push updates, and it's run by I never had this conference. So as a decentralized autonomous organization, meaning you can run a company as a community, and everyone can have a voice, whatever is being done. And that's how we run decentralized. If someone has a proposal, wants something to be checked in the protocol, everyone has to vote. It has to pass before anything is done to the protocol, and literally everything is pushed to the community. It's a metaverse platform that is owned by the users. So, because the metaverse is going to be taking a lot of our data, we use the VR, the VR exercise, literally tracking your eyeballs, like they see what you're looking at, they know how to place on that. So if you think the current system of that is intrusive, they're not ready for VR ads. They will follow your eyeballs, like, and see so for us to be able to track and again to implement that, it needs to be something like Web3. Because of this, I would not say the only solution, but for me it's the best solution. I think everything will have Web3. And one way or the other.
Okay, and I hope you learned something new. If you're not into, the business landscape or you're not into the startup landscape, you can take some information back home to your friends and family and share the knowledge, right? So this has been another scaling your business, applying technology, metaverse technology and AI. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much to have this POC. Lina and Matthew. Please round of applause. Have any questions on the basis we are all around? Feel free to engage with us. Feel free to bring your questions and ask you the questions. Come as you are and happy hearing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take a water real quick and follow up then streams. We'll go into all of the instance.
Great.
Great.
So we're
So
going
we're going
to
to
the
the
next
next
session.
session, and it's going to be an amazing session. Let's not take the photos yet. Each of us are taking some photos, which way? Enter this. Going to see the okay. Yeah, so the next week, we've got a project virtual reality. So the United Nations, they have a branch called the Immigration Organization. The purpose of the organization is to see how migratory places and also to help manage conflicts that happen along those paths. So right now there's a bit of a crisis between the one the youth that's famous right now is the crisis between North Africa and Southern Europe, people crossing between Morocco, going from Senegal, going towards Italy, going towards Spain. That's the one that's popularized by the media. But equally, there's a crisis between the Gulf states, which lots of people pass away, lots of people die on that migration because they have to go between countries like Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, have to cross the deserts, really arid zones, to cross the Red Sea to go into countries like Yemen in order to reach Saudi Arabia. So the UN have been trying to raise this for some time. And they're looking for new media as a canvas to trade in a lot of these conflicts. So of course they really create media such as photography videos to try and help people to donate to these causes, to help in the aid of these migrants. But what we've been able to do is create we're in the starting process of developing a virtual reality application, which will help people empathize about this migrant group. Not only empathize, but also be informed about migrant. So virtual reality is so amazing because we can display photos, we can display the videos that have already been captured by them, but we can also do engineer really futuristic visuals of maybe making a virtual world and being able to in the 3D space being able to depict exactly how various people are moving, the numbers of people moving. It's a new way of storytelling. And as well as transporting people into those environments. So we have technology like Google Earth that we can use in the virtual reality space and transport people using either photos captured on Google Earth. I think right now we're using Google Maps. That's the 360 space. We use it to come here. You can see around. But there are ways of mapping environments. But we can also create abstract forms to depict the environment. So, for example, we can virtually sculpt a boat, and we can virtually sculpt a bush, and we can literally create our imagination, a reenactment of a migrant boat crossing between Ethiopia to Saudi Arabia on the sea. And we can react using animation. We can react some of the characters who are taking this trip. So they take the much and they decided to work with us in order to tell this story. And we still early days, we're still in script phase, but hopefully by the end of the year, early next year, we'll be able to wrap up the project and present it to you. I'll find a way or publicize it where the virtual experience will be showcased. But definitely in R&B, some people will definitely need to see it. And we'll try to get the showcase open as many days as possible so you can see how virtual reality is used to storytelling on the modern age. A little bit forward of the news and a little bit forward of mass media we're so used to. So yeah.
Wasn't that great? Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. So
we're going to jump into the next panel real quick. So we're going to talk about the state of Web 3